Now on 4 News Now at 6, we have hotter, drier weather on the way. I'll let you know how hot it's going to get heading into the 4th of July weekend in your First Alert forecast.
A push for a county-wide plan to deal with homelessness. One coalition's recommendation to help get people off the streets and into homes.
And the battle for public comment in Bonner County, why 2 commissioners are at odds over letting people speak at their meetings. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, get ready for a stretch of warmer weather because it's heating up out there. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. I was like distracted because it was so warm today, it felt like. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker in the First Alert Weather Center to see how warm it's going to get. And you're also tracking some thunderstorms, it looks like.
Yes, the very last of some thunderstorms. Nothing like what we were dealing with last night, but we do have some storms. They haven't moved much along the Idaho-Montana border right now. And a couple other areas. We've had a rumble of thunder or two around Ritzville and into Douglas County. Also in Boundary County, some isolated thunderstorms earlier today, but all of that is tapering off, and we're going to get a break from the evening thunderstorms that we've had the past several nights. Our high temperatures today, as Aaron mentioned, it felt warm today. We were more than 5 degrees above average, 84 in Spokane, 86 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We did have some 90s, Winthrop, Omak, Grand Coulee, and Moses Lake. Right around the Spokane area, temperatures were in the mid to upper 80s. But we're going to see a lot more 90s on the map starting tomorrow and continuing through the weekend and right on in to the 4th of July. Here are 4 things to know about your forecast. It is going to be even warmer and drier. The last of those thunderstorms tapering off. High temperatures, however, will not be in record territory, but it will be unseasonably warm. Upper 80s and lower 90s. A hot and sunny 4th of July. And our concerns are going toward that dry weather now with some fire and smoke concerns, which we'll talk about later in the broadcast. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. A plan to address homelessness is now in the hands of city and county leaders in our community. The Spokane Regional Collaborative has been working to organize recommendations over the last 90 days.
In those recommendations, a bold plan to reduce homelessness by 40% over the next 2 years. Our Vanessa Perez is in studio with us to talk about what this could look like.
It's time for Spokane to unite. That's the message shared earlier today. The group says homelessness does not know boundaries and that the plan will tackle long-term challenges in our community. It says there are no lack of resources. The plan essentially connects the dots between services and programs. A different approach to tackling homelessness in our community could be coming soon.
Operative word this morning is that people were optimistic and hopeful. And I think that's a good sign for Spokane. We need this. Spokane needs this. So we're looking forward to seeing what happens next.
During the presentation, the group made recommendations to move the shelter system into a triage approach, prioritizing those most in need. The initiative goes beyond and also addresses housing, health, and safety.
About a lot of people in the organization working for it. You're talking about many tens of millions of dollars going into it. And you're talking about addressing our community's #1 problem right now, addressing homelessness.
The proposed entity will have a governing board that will include 5 elected leaders and 8 non-elected ones. The board will consist of people from a variety of areas like mental health to the business community. Funding for the plan would come from 3 resources: federal, state, and local tax dollars.
We don't think we have a money problem in terms of the available funds. We have a money problem in terms of getting them integrated and connected in a better way.
The group set a big goal of reducing homelessness by 40% in 2 years. Smith, who works closely with the homeless, says he's all for it as long as the group listens to providers.
I just kind of went, oh, okay, now you got my attention. Because the unsheltered homeless represent the most challenging population in homeless services.
A long-term plan aiming to tackle a major issue. Now that the group has handed over the plan, city and county leaders have to agree and sign off on it. It will go through a public process and there will likely be revisions. The group is hoping to have the plan going by the start of next year. Live in studio, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Vanessa, thank you. A teenager was arrested for attacking a woman in Riverfront Park. Police say the teen now faces assault, theft, and obstruction charges. They also say it does not appear at this point in the investigation that it was a random attack. Police believe the suspect and victim knew each other.
There is a new memorial in Spokane Valley to honor a fallen Washington State Patrol officer who died in the line of duty. It's located at the intersection of Sprague and Barker Road, south of I-90. It was here where Patrolman John Wright was killed in June 28th of 1953. He was talking to a driver he had pulled over when he was hit by a speeding car. The Spokane's Fallen Officers Memorial Project held a wreath-laying ceremony under the new sign placed at the intersection where Wright was killed to remember his years of service to the Spokane Valley community. An update today to a story we first brought you here on 4 News Now.
They have used that as an opportunity to turn it into a circus.
The chairman of the Bonner County Commissioners has said that public comments will no longer be allowed at business meetings.
4 News Now's Natalie Grant visited Sandpoint today to learn what led up to this abrupt action and if there are any laws against it.
On Tuesday, tensions were high as Bonner County Commissioner Chair Stephen Bradshaw said public comment would no longer be taken prior to their business meetings.
They have used that as an opportunity to turn it into a circus, and I've stopped the meeting several times in the last few weeks simply because you could not control them.
In a sit-down interview with Bradshaw on Wednesday, he says taking this action was a long time coming due to unruly behavior during these meetings. Bradshaw saying he feels for the community members who will no longer be able to share their comments due to these actions.
The reason it was made is because you've got a very, very small few that like to pride themselves as representing the whole county when they actually represent about 1/10 of a tenth of a tenth of a percent of the county, and they actually represent what would be the bacteria of the county.
Now, many people are asking if taking away this public comment period is even legal. Well, according to Idaho open meeting laws, there's nothing on the books that expressly requires it. Therefore, taking it away is not against any law. On Tuesday's meeting, District 2 Commissioner Asia Williams pushed back against Bradshaw for taking away public comment, saying nothing happened that day to justify it.
You don't, in my opinion, get to say the community is unruly when you are a catalyst for what's happening.
According to Williams, some community members have grown frustrated in the lack of answers they've been getting when it comes to a new RV park expansion in the area. Williams says the public comment period was recently put into place after the community's request, and since then many people have used it to voice their questions and concerns to commissioners.
I don't agree with saying because community asks you questions that you don't want to answer in public that means it's negative. It isn't negative. It's a tough question, and that's what you're supposed to be charged with dealing with as a public elected official.
Bradshaw says he would be open to reinstating the comment period if things would calm down, and is looking into changing the ordinance to give the chairman the power to put it into place and take it away at his discretion. But for now, public comments are no longer allowed. Reporting in Bonner County, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Well, the SWAT team in Spokane County is being deployed more often, almost once a week.
Last year, the county called out the SWAT team 47 times, the most calls in the last 5 years. We sat down with Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles to ask him what he believes is causing the rise. We also took a look at the newest technology used by SWAT to keep deputies and the public safe during tense standoffs.
Ultimately, that's what we want to do. We want to negotiate, and we want them to surrender peacefully.
We'll get a first-hand look at the drones used by the sheriff's office, what they can do, and how SWAT calls have changed in the last several years. It's a special report tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6. We're about to enter the driest part of the year in the inland Northwest.
That's right. Meteorologist Matt Gray takes a look back at current rain totals and what that could mean for the upcoming fire season. Well, you can now add fireworks to the list of things that cost more this year. Find out if it's impacting sales coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture. Set your summer off at Northern Quest's annual 4th of July celebration with local food trucks, live music, kids activities, and one unforgettable fireworks display. Festivities start at 4, fireworks at 10. Details at northernquest.com.
They were at home near Sandpoint when George's wife Sue found him unresponsive and started CPR. Within minutes, he was airlifted to Kootenai Health because George was having a STEMI, the most serious type of heart attack. Fortunately, Kootenai Health is a level 1 STEMI center with state-of-the-art cardiac care. So, just 90 minutes after his heart attack, George woke up with a healed heart and a very happy wife.
What's in a name? A question that has never had more relevance. First American Title has been rebranded to Flying S Title and Escrow. Since 1905, we've been helping people protect their property rights. When the time comes to choose a title insurance and escrow company, the choice is clear: Flying S Title and Escrow. Idaho's longest operating, family-owned title and escrow company is now Flying S Title and Escrow. We're not new, but our name is.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, the waiting is over.
We have new Hondas in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, they all come with a lifetime warranty.
Come check out the all-new Honda CR-V and Accord hybrids.
Or maybe you're wanting the new Honda Ridgeline or newly designed Honda Pilot.
Whether you want a new car, van, or SUV, we have them in stock.
Family owned and operated in beautiful Coeur d'Alene, Idaho for over 55 years.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Visit us at our website, cdahonda.com.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
Tips for traveling this July 4th weekend from a guy who's flown 24 million miles. Next, Inside Edition, what he's learned after flying around the world over 900 times. Then, Rock Hudson. Once Hollywood's biggest star. Breakthrough information on his secret double life from the new documentary and what actress Linda Evans is saying today about that kiss. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Around the nation today, President Biden promoted his new economics plan. It's being referred to as Bidenomics.
Yeah, this announcement comes as several economic indicators seem to point to a positive direction, but continued high inflation could spell trouble down the line. CNN's Mike Valerio takes a look at the president's approach to the economy.
President Joe Biden in Chicago Wednesday, touting his vision for growing the economy.
Bidenomics is about building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down.
And the strength of the post-pandemic recovery, highlighting the strong jobs market and falling inflation.
We created 13.4 million new jobs, more jobs in 2 years than any president has ever made in 4.
While acknowledging people are still struggling.
I'm not here to declare victory on the economy. I'm here to say we have a plan that's turning things around incredibly quickly. We have more work to do.
The president's optimistic outlook, however, is not necessarily in line with how Americans feel.
There is essentially something in this economy for everyone, and that can inform a lot of arguments that may be diametrically opposed to one another.
A May CNN poll revealing 66% of Americans disapprove of the president's handling of the economy as financial indicators continue to send mixed messages.
On the one hand, for example, you have a high level of job cuts and layoffs. On the other hand, you still have a close to historically low unemployment rate.
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell signaling Wednesday more rate hikes lie ahead.
What you see is stronger than expected growth, a tighter than expected labor market, and higher than expected inflation. So that tells us that although policy is restrictive, it may not be restrictive enough.
More aggressive action from the Fed could still lead to a recession. What form it will take remains unclear. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
DoorDash is going to start offering drivers the option of receiving an hourly minimum wage. Right now, they get paid a fee for each delivery. The hourly rate will depend on the region and will fall between $10 and $19.50 per hour. The change could help the company find drivers for less desirable deliveries and ease concerns that some drivers don't get compensated fairly. Drivers can switch between the two payment methods and still earn extra in tips.
The U.S. Coast Guard says it has likely recovered human remains from the Titan submarine that imploded last week, killing all 5 people on board. This news comes as parts of the sub arrived in Canada. The debris will be turned over to both U.S. and Canadian investigators who will try to determine what caused the implosion.
New at 6 o'clock, it turns out a high-profile lawsuit brought by a small group of TikTok users in Montana is being funded by TikTok itself. The suit challenges Montana's statewide ban against the app, which goes into effect in January. TikTok confirmed it is covering legal fees for the group. The company spokesperson says TikTok, quote, supports our creators in fighting for their constitutional rights, end quote. The lawsuit is the first to challenge Montana's TikTok ban, which would include penalties for the company and app, the stores that provide that TikTok and violate it. The social media giant has its own separate lawsuit to block the state's new law targeting the app over national security concerns.
Negotiations between the union and the UPS have broken down, but there's still time to avoid a nationwide strike set to take place at the end of next month. The union walked away from talks after UPS delivered a counter proposal, a Teamster statement referred to as appalling. The issue is money. The union hasn't publicly disclosed how big of a pay increase it wants for drivers, but it points to record UPS profits over the past 5 years and executives earning multi-million-dollar salaries as reasons its members should be compensated better.
Here's a look at your evening planner. Great night to get out and enjoy some clear skies, warm weather. We'll still be in the 70s at 9 o'clock, 60s by 11. There's warmer weather in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
New name means new fun. Chihuahua Casino is now Mr. Quack Casino Hotel.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Gardening for Grand's one of our favorite one-day wonders. So wonderful. East Valley Middle School, not only the shop class building the raised beds, but helping us to deliver them. It was a day of fun and memories. It was wonderful. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Hi, this is Noda Begay III, PGA Tour member and Golf Channel broadcaster. I'm here to tell you about sponsorship opportunities for the Circling Raven Championship, the women's professional tournament presented by KXLY 4 News. It will feature more than 150 rising stars from 30 countries. For sponsors, it's an ideal way to empower youth, women, and Native Americans through the game of golf. For more information, visit cdacasino.com or call 800-523-2464. I'll see you there.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
How far would you go?
I want to prank my best friend, Lewis.
My husband.
My roommate.
For the ultimate payback.
That's a yes. Revenge.
X gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Johnny Knoxville, Eric Andre, and Gabourey Sidibe are The Prank Panel. Premieres July 9th on ABC.
Our high temperature today, unseasonably warm, 84 degrees. 78 is our average high, but I want to put this warming trend into a little bit of perspective with a day that many of you will remember, and that is this day right here, our record. It was unheard of until that infamous 109 we had a couple years ago, but it was 105 on Hoot Fest Sunday back in 2015, and this is one of my favorite memories from that scene. Waltworthy had just opened. It was the grand opening of that beautiful Grand Hotel in downtown, and he did not turn away anyone who wanted to cool off in there. And there were sweaty hoop festers all over that brand new carpet and all over that beautiful hotel. He didn't turn away a soul. And I got to be on SportsCenter on ESPN. One of my late father's proudest moments. He got to watch me on SportsCenter, but talking about the heat. Here's our temperature trend now over the next 7 days. Nowhere near that 105 or the 109 degree June days that we've had, but we are going to be above average. This white line is average. It'll be in the upper 90s for the next few days, and then in the lower 80s by this time next week. We will be in the lower 90s by this time next week, so we're not going to be threatening any records. But a prolonged period of unseasonably warm weather can still take a toll. Our attention is also very focused on the potential for wildfire. Very dry conditions, which we're going to be talking more about in just a moment. But in addition, it is 4th of July weekend, and despite the fireworks restrictions, there are some concerns, and there is a fire weather watch for all day Saturday for this area shaded in brown. It is for the very low relative humidity, as well as a bit of a shift in our winds, some gusty winds. Here's a look at our forecast. Starting off at our current time, last of some afternoon convection coming to an end, and then high pressure begins building in. We're going to be dry across the region tomorrow. We're on the very northern edge of a ridge of high pressure, which puts us in a little bit of a westerly flow, and it's those westerly winds in combination with the very dry air that will have firefighters on heightened alert heading into the weekend. That it's 4th of July. Clear and 59 tonight. Tomorrow, sunny. Wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. That will actually probably feel good. Cool you down if you're out and about. We will have some 90s around the region, including Omak, Grand Coulee, Ritzville. 97 tomorrow in Lewiston. We joined the 90-degree club on Friday, and then we'll be in the upper 80s and lower 90s right on through a hot, dry 4th of July. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Well, there's a lot of dry weather in the forecast, so it's a good thing that we picked up a little bit of rain yesterday.
Yeah, we could really use some more with fire season fast approaching. Here's meteorologist Matt Gray with where we stand so far this year. Matt.
All right, thank you, Aaron. The map behind me shows everywhere that picked up at least 1/10 of an inch of rain since Monday. So it's great to see that there are some colors on this map, but it's also, as you can kind of see here, pretty hit or miss. But at least in Spokane, we did see an addition to our total moisture for the year. So now we stand, since January 1st, at 6.54 inches. There's one little problem, though. Our average is, well, over 9. And while we've had some good rain this month, a huge chunk of the Pacific Northwest, we are down pretty big when it comes to rain here in the month of June, all the way out to the coast. Why is this a problem besides the obvious? Well, here's the average rain for Spokane in June and where we sit now here on June 28th. Now, for the next 2 months, Spokane is going to average averages less than 1 inch of rain there in July and August. And for the next 3 months, so all the way to October 1st, we average less than 1.5 inches. So far, the outlooks for this year are going to keep us on the edge of wetter weather east of the Rockies. We maybe occasionally could get some moisture to come across from time to time, but at least just from the outlook here, this is not a pattern that fills me with a lot of confidence for us, well, seeing a little bit more rain than we normally get this summer. Which brings us to fire season right around the corner. And here are the latest fire outlooks for July. We'll move to August and finally September. Unfortunately, we are expected to be one of the hot spots for fire activity here in the lower 48 states. So be careful with those fireworks, friends.
Matt, thank you. Still ahead, see how Second Harvest is going the extra mile to make a difference in children's nutrition coming up.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Lumen High School elevates the lives of teen parents by providing high academic standards and an on-site specialized early learning center.
Lumen High School is rooted in belonging, social justice, and empowerment, and offers pathways to teen parents leading to high school graduation, positive parenting, and future life success.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Lumen High School as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
At Mainstream, our mission is to keep your family comfortable all year long. Whether that's a simple repair or a new furnace or AC system, we'll be there, ready to serve you when you need us most.
Electrical, heating, cooling, and plumbing. Choose smart. Call the company with heart. Mainstream.
This week, Walker's Furniture is combining their anniversary sale with their 4th of July sale for double the discounts. Where the more you spend, the more you save, up to $760 off. Or you can take advantage of special 5 years no-interest financing with no money down.
So you can get that new living room furniture or stylish bedroom set you've been wanting and pay for it later.
Making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less.
During the 43rd 4th of July sale at Walker's.
You know, at first I was shocked when I won this Porsche Macan from Northern Quest, but then I realized someone had to win. Why not me? Life is crazy. Heck, it's gotten to the point where nothing surprises me. Hey, beer me.
You could win a brand new Porsche Macan, only in Northern Quest.
Alabama, Roll On North America Tour, presented by Kenworth. July 6th, Spokane Arena. With very special guest, the Marshall Tucker Band. Alabama, live. All your favorite songs from the greatest country band of all time. On sale now at ticketswest.com. Produced by Outback Presents.
Wait until you see how much unclaimed money there is out there. Thousands and thousands of dollars. And people who just didn't know it was theirs for the taking. Now this week, GMA's about to show them the money. So, is there unclaimed money out there that could be yours? Watch GMA this week.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
We are just 6 days away from celebrating Independence Day, and as costs of food and gas continue to climb, some consumers are rethinking how much they're going to spend on fireworks for July 4th this year.
4 News Now, Peter Choi explains why some people say they are hesitant to buy fireworks.
I'm at one of the fireworks stores in Post Falls. I spoke to the people who work here today, and they tell me the prices have gone up about 10 to 15% on average compared to the previous years. But they say that that price jump didn't stop the public from coming here and buying these fireworks.
Red, white, and blue fireworks lining up the night sky. Prices of fireworks are putting the squeeze on consumers.
It's an expensive day.
Janie Cook came to a local fireworks stand in Post Falls.
These little bees that supposedly make a little bit of a whistle sound.
To celebrate the holiday with her family. Rising fireworks costs are not helping her much on her already tight budget.
With food and everything, but you know, this is one time a year and it's a lot of fun, so.
How much do you usually spend for fireworks?
$250, $300 usually. I don't know if I'll spend that this year just because of inflation.
Jonathan Kirshner says he's rethinking about his spending on fireworks this year.
I was just thinking as I walked into the grocery store here, it's probably going to be true for a lot of people that they're just not going to spend as much because you've got to put your money on the things that really matter.
Fireworks vendors say although prices are higher, consumers keep coming back.
Yeah, we're about 16% ahead of sales from last year.
The Spokane Parks Department says rising fireworks prices are financially impacting local fireworks shows. Compared to spending in 2022, the city is expected to pay $5,000 more on a fireworks show at Riverfront Park this year.
It's the 4th of July. It's a day we get to celebrate our country.
In the Northwest, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including why Madonna is postponing her upcoming show in Seattle. And kids' cooking classes are in full swing at Second Harvest. Why one staff member says these types of classes are really important.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
When you're faced with the question,
"Hey, honey, what do you want for dinner?"
he should know my answer is going to be mustard seed. Original signature dishes that are made fresh daily, great happy hours, and locally owned. Life's too short for mediocre food. Mustard seed, where Spokane eats. Dine in, take out, and delivery.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying our absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in Liberty Lake or call Keith at 509-499-2601.
Finally, gardens are growing, flowers are blooming, and the Celebrate Spring event at Jacobs Custom Living continues. New furniture has arrived, and Jacobs really has the largest and most varied inventory ever. Comfortable lounge furniture, elegant outdoor dining sets, umbrellas, and much more. Take it home today if you're ready or get free storage for a limited time. Special spring clearance pricing on select items throughout the store. Come celebrate spring at Jacobs Custom Living on Sprague, just east of Sullivan in the Spokane Valley.
Your Broadway wish is granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
Next, E.T., the return of Kelly Ripa's Generation Gap game show with her father, Joe.
How do you like to pass the time?
Sleeping.
He is the star of the show.
Next, E.T.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers.
It's to get you the information you need to plan your day.
We begin with breaking news, and the breaking news you need to keep your family safe.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Get ready for a hot and dry 4th of July weekend.
That's right. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker in the First Alert Weather Center to see how warm it's going to get.
Oh, well, we'll get a little preview of your 4th of July forecast tomorrow, except it'll be just a little bit warmer even. Here's a look at Thursday, a high temperature tomorrow of 89 degrees. 78 is our average high. Blue skies and sunshine start to finish right around the Spokane area. There'll be many locations getting into the 90s, including Spokane Valley, Meade, 92 degrees at 9 Mile, 87 in Coeur d'Alene. Around the inland northwest, we'll find temperatures in the upper 90s in Lewiston, mid 90s in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, as well as Omak and Grand Coulee. We'll see a lot fewer 80s on this map as we get into the holiday weekend. Meanwhile, we do have some isolated thunderstorm activity still in progress, and we're seeing a little bit of a southwesterly trajectory on a system that is still over the mountains but is going to be passing just south of Bayview. You may hear the thunder or see the lightning if you're in Bayview right now on the southern tip of Lake Pend Oreille. We'll be watching that. Otherwise, the trend is toward these thunderstorms coming to an end, and we're drying out and then staying dry for a while. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast. Plus, it is Wildlife Wednesday. That's in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. The eastbound I-90 on-ramp at Broadway will be closed for tomorrow morning's commute. Crews are paving from 4 to noon. WashDOT recommends using the Mullen Road on-ramp instead.
The Shadle Aquatic Center opened back up today after an unexpected closure earlier in the week. It was closed for 2 days because of threats made on Monday afternoon towards someone at the facility. According to Spokane Park, staff locked down the aquatic center, evacuated guests, and police were called to the scene. Police investigated the incident yesterday, and the center has since resumed normal operations.
I love that we're gonna make stuff together.
Second Harvest Kids cooking classes are in full swing. The nonprofit uses the class as a fundraiser and an opportunity to teach kids about nutrition.
Our Allison Martinez visited the class and got to hear straight from the kids what makes it so special.
Building confidence in the kitchen is key for child nutrition. That's why Second Harvest introduced kids cooking classes. Eudora, what are you working on right now?
Right now I'm working on this German pancake.
So today we're going to be making... Eudora is one of many kids who join Second Harvest cooking classes. In week-long sessions, kids learn to cook meals from around the world.
Germany!
They also learn about the nutrition of each recipe.
I think it's really exciting to get kids personally invested in their health, and the more independent they can be about making decisions for their bodies and feeding themselves well.
Carolyn Negley is Second Harvest Nutrition Education Manager and teacher. Negley says her motivation for helping kids feel secure in the kitchen started when she was a child herself.
Growing up, I loved being in the kitchen with my Nana. We would make cookies, we'd make Sunday dinner. It was just always a time that for me was really special and full of love and laughter. And I know that that's not everyone's experience, but being able to create a space where it is like that is really awesome.
Negley says it's important to get kids interested in their own health. She had this advice for families at home.
Breaking bread together, eating together is important, but so is making the meal. So figuring out how the whole household can contribute to that process, which can be really stressful for parents. So it's really cool when the kids can get involved.
The next kids cooking class is full, but registration for the back to school family cooking class is now open. For any information on any other Second Harvest classes, you can visit our website, kxly.com. Reporting from Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
New data shows that women are waiting to have children. The average age of a first-time mother reached a record high of 27 years in 2021. However, advanced age comes with some maternal risks. Those who are pregnant later in life face a greater risk of miscarriage, preeclampsia, preterm labor, gestational diabetes, and hypertension. The safety of the mother and child, however, greatly depends on the overall health of the woman, according to medical professionals.
She's fairly healthy prior to pregnancy without a lot of medical comorbidities. Sometimes these moms who are active and healthy, eat right, exercise regularly, can actually do better in pregnancy than some of our younger moms who have significant medical comorbidities.
Anyone thinking of becoming pregnant who would be 35 years or older at the time of delivery is recommended to seek prenatal care and consider preconception counseling.
Well, the amounts of certain heavy metals in baby food are now lower, but the overall risk hasn't changed in the past 5 years. According to Consumer Reports, the amounts of lead and arsenic in baby foods appear to be on the decline. But there are still concerns. The declines in certain heavy metals were offset by increases in others. Long-term intake of heavy metals can cause health and developmental problems, including lower IQs and ADHD. Now, according to this report, there are still concerning levels in snacks and food made with rice and sweet potatoes. Thrive International Soccer Camp for refugee children is happening all week long.
It's a way for refugee kids from elementary school all the way through high school to learn the basics of how to play or maybe even sharpen their skills. Although these kids come from different countries and may speak different languages, soccer is the one thing that Thrive says unites everyone. This year's camp is the largest one yet, with more than 100 kids registered.
The aim is to provide a multicultural safe space for immigrant and refugee kids to come and socialize, connect with each other, and kick the ball around.
Tomorrow, June 29th, you can watch from the stands to cheer everyone on and enjoy food from Feast World Kitchen.
New at 6:30, if you have tickets to see Madonna at Climate Pledge Arena in just a few weeks from now, you're going to have to wait a little longer. Her manager announcing her tour has been postponed because she's currently in the hospital for a serious bacterial infection. She is expected to make a recovery. However, the start of her tour will be pushed back.
A disagreement with an umpire caused one manager to be thrown out from the Seattle Mariners game. The controversial call that started it all, coming up in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Disney's Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical.
The festival at Sandpoint is back for its 40th annual Summer Series. Celebrate with live music on the lake and under the stars. This year's headliners include Britt Floyd, Gary Clark Jr., Train with Better Than Ezra, The String Cheese Incident, Michael Franti and Spearhead with Soja, REO Speedwagon with Charlie Farron, Ashley McBride, and the grand finale, The Princess Bride in Concert. Tickets are selling fast. Visit festival@sandpoint.com to get your tickets today.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle, and that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Summer is heating up, and that means now is the perfect time to stop into Mainstream for your new air conditioning unit. When you do, we'll even throw in a free furnace to help keep you comfortable year-round. It's all part of our summer special. Call or visit Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today to find out more.
People who come to the Inland Northwest rave about its beauty.
For those of us who live and work here, we couldn't agree more. From its iconic history
To a ton of new beginnings. We have farm-to-table roots and access to nature right out our back door.
And as a community member, BECU wants to honor those who work together to make life better for our region.
Join us for the premier food and drink celebration, Crave, at the Spokane Valley Center Place, July 13th through the 15th. Proudly sponsored by BECU.
This could be you. Just chilling, staying cool this summer. Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Mississauga Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games to earn your entries to win a share of $13,000 cool cash. Paddle boards, kayaks, and air conditioners. Mississauga Casino Hotel, keeping it cool. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, July 29th. Learn more at mississauga.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Jim Hill.
And I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And after 10 years of helping the injured people of Spokane,
Russell and Hill have won lots of awards.
But at the end of the day, only one award really matters.
The award we get the insurance company to pay you. Russell and Hill.
Some animals at the London Zoo are beating the heat with frozen treats. These look like the ones we had in the break room the other day.
That's pretty good, actually.
Our producer, Steven, must be making a joke here. That's what I was eating the other day. Squirrel monkeys. We saw some gorillas enjoying these rainbow-colored ices this week. The treats were made by the zookeepers in celebration of Pride Month, and they look delicious. Oh, I love a lemur.
Oh, those are darling. Well, let's keep the animal theme going. It is Wildlife Wednesday after all, and this picture is worth 1,000 words, and Jerry Kaiser told me all about this great horned owl on this lovely perch. You can barely see him there disguised against the tree, but he was harassed all day by hummingbirds and robins and getting dive bombed. Evidently, he was a little close to the nest, but what a David and Goliath photo here. I'll put the rest of Jerry's photos on my Facebook page in the Wildlife Wednesday gallery. He'd open an eye, but not particularly disturbed by all of the other feathered friends trying to lay claim to that area. I love this photo from Nora Jen, our friend at Cooley Dam. If I walked by this, I would just think it was the neighbor's dog curled up against the fence. Nora travels all over the Cooley Dam area taking wildlife photos, but this mule deer buck just curled up in her backyard and made himself at home. And finally from Kimberly, beautiful, healthy bull moose. Boy, our moose have been looking good around here. Whatever we're growing, they are thriving. Still some velvet on those paddles. Great shots, everyone, and I have many more that I'll, again, have on Facebook here later this evening. Speaking of this evening, beautiful night in progress. We're going to be cooling down into the upper 50s with clear skies, south winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We still have a few clouds around the region. Those will be tapering off. Sunny and warm tomorrow with a high of 89 degrees. A little bit of a breeze at times in the afternoon, gusts to 20 miles per hour, which might be welcome if you're out for a jog in this warm weather. Have a few isolated areas of convection. I'll have an update on that at the end of the broadcast, but high pressure is taking over our weather pattern and is building in from the south. Here's 24 hours from now. We will be clear across the entire region. A little bit of a westerly flow as, again, we are right on the northern edge of this ridge of high pressure, and that may pick up our winds on Saturday. A fire weather watch has been issued for those counties along the east slopes of the Cascades, where we may see some stronger wind gusts and things are especially dry. Your planning forecast: blue skies, sunshine, high temperatures in the 80s and 90s through the 7-day forecast. That does include 4th of July. 92 degrees, overnight lows in the 60s and 70s. No sign of any rain in that 7-day outlook, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Hey, here's what people are clicking on most at KXLY.com. A Spokane Valley church vandalized for showing its support for the LGBTQ+ community. Viridel Church of Christ in Spokane had more than 24 pride flags last week. According to the Reverend, 3 people stole 3 large banners and 25 small pride flags over the weekend. They also used diesel fuel to spell out LEV 2013 on the front lawn, referencing a Bible verse from the book of Leviticus, often used to condemn gay people.
You go into a mama bear kind of mode. Take care of the congregation, take care of the property, take care of the neighbors. So that's where my mind went first.
The church has decided that while they don't have control over the incident, they can control their response. The church is hosting a potluck and dance event this coming Sunday. We have all the info you need to know if you'd like to go. It's in this story on KXLY.com.
And new at 6:30, tensions are brewing at some Starbucks stores as the Baristas Union claims the company has limited employees' ability to display pride-related items, leading some workers to go on strike in dozens of locations over the past few days, shutting down at least 7 Starbucks yesterday. Chain officials now say they will provide more clear guidelines regarding in-store pride decorations. The union says it wants a contract.
Extreme weather combined with other factors is leaving thousands of passengers stranded at airports, in some cases hundreds of miles from their destinations. These problems come as many Americans are prepared to travel for the 4th of July holiday. CNN's Laura Aguirre has more as the country's transportation secretary weighs in.
Now, you can't control the weather. We've had very tough weather the last few days.
Severe storms across much of the U.S. this week have played a role in thousands of flight delays and cancellations since the weekend. But there's more to it.
In the process of waiting for the lightning to clear up, our pilot timed out.
The always ticking clock on air crew hours and the FAA's ongoing shortage of air traffic controllers can stretch any weather delays and passenger misery out for days.
If you like my clothes, this is day 3.
They didn't have enough flight attendants for our flight, and it got pushed back. We got on the plane, and then the pilots timed out.
The pilot said that there's a mechanical failure, and they won't be able to fly the plane.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg praising the airlines for operational improvements on Wednesday, but adds there's a long way to go.
What's different this year compared to a year ago is that there is more cushion. We're seeing more of the staffing that there needs to be.
Storms and staffing headaches aside, Secretary Buttigieg notes that U.S. air travelers have more rights this year when flying, and they should use them.
Anybody planning a trip, and a lot of Americans are, can go to flightrights.gov and get more information about what you are owed in the event that you get stuck.
That may still not be enough for some frustrated flyers.
We're going to drive to Minneapolis because they can't get us out until Friday at the earliest.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Well, if you want to avoid the chaos at airports, take a look at this vacation option. Royal Caribbean's newest cruise ship, the Icon of the Seas, will debut in early 2024 as the world's biggest cruise ship. It was built in Finland and recently began open sea tests. On board are several decks and amenities, including the largest cruise ship water park. The family-friendly boat is also Royal Caribbean International's first ship powered by clean energy.
It's not a cruise ship, but there's a carnival coming to town. This Friday, Friday Snap will be hosting a free resource carnival in Mission Park. The event starts at 11, runs till 3. There's going to be activities for everyone. Parents can get help applying for community resources like Washington's Working Families Tax Credit, which could help families receive $1,200. Kids can enjoy face painting, carnival games, food trucks, cotton candy. There's a lot more. And information can be found on our website, KXLY.com.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row. That's 5 days, where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
This June, KXLY and Adams Tractor are giving you the chance to win 1 free KXLY Golf Pass and a new driver. You could win a free round of golf at 8 different premier golf courses within an hour of Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, plus tee it up with a brand new driver. Play for free at these courses and test your skills. The Highlands, Esmeralda, Trailhead, Downriver, The Links, Deer Park, Stone Ridge, and Twin Lakes Village. Go to the KXLY.com contest page and enter to win a free KXLY Golf Pass and driver from Adams Tractor and KXLY. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America this week at all 3 Cal locations.
This is your chance to trade in anything. Boats, snowmobiles, motorbikes, trailers. Whether it runs or not, we're cleaning up America.
Making it the perfect time to upgrade your old ride to something better. Plus, delaying all payments until September 1st. With top dollar offered for all trade-ins during Cal's 4th of July Great Trade-In event.
Whether it's readying your remodel, getting some getaway time, planning those perfect moments, turning your side hustle into a full-time gig, or consolidating your bills into one easy payment, you don't need to wait for someday to do the things you want to do. Achieve tomorrow's dreams today with a Momentum Home Equity Line of Credit. And when you get in motion now, you'll get a special introductory rate for the first 6 months. Get a jump on your dreams today. Horizon Credit Union. Your path, our purpose.
It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Plus 6 years, no interest, and free shipping. But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
The frustration continues to grow for the Seattle Mariners. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Following last night's loss, Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh flat out said, "We're not a good baseball team right now." The good news for Seattle is they are just 1 game off from where they were at this point last season. And last season, the Mariners ended up going to the playoffs. Seattle looking to win the series against the Washington Nationals, hoping to turn things around. Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners in this one. But Gilbert got roughed up in the first inning. Heimer Candelario with a double into the gap. That brings in a run for the first score of the game. Now, Seattle already trailing before fans could even get into their seats. Not a good sign there. Then that at-bat was followed by this one by Keibert Ruiz of the Nationals. Ruiz finds the outfield there, squeezes it through, and a pair of runs score as Seattle falls behind 3-0 early on. Now, wild sequence in the 6th inning. Dominic Smith at the plate for Washington, and Smith hits this one down the line. That's trouble for the Mariners. Now, Ruiz is trying to score all the way from first base. There would ultimately be a few throws and a play at the plate, and Ruiz is called out trying to avoid the tag from Mariners catcher Tom Murphy. As we take another look, Ruiz runs out of the base path, so that's an automatic out by the rule book. Nationals manager Dave Martinez was not happy, to say the least. He was thrown out. It saved a run for the Mariners, and then they got on the board right here with a home run in the 8th inning by Jose Caballero. That one got out in a hurry. Missouri, but that's all the scoring the Mariners did in this game. Seattle loses 2 of 3 to a subpar Washington Nationals team. 4-1 is the final score. Seattle continues to struggle, and if things couldn't get any worse, the Mariners will play the best team in baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays, for 3 straight games starting on Friday. The NBA Summer League tips off next week in Las Vegas, and the Summer League showcases the best young players and incoming rookies. Think of these games as glorified tryouts for players who are looking to make a team next season, and there are a handful of Inland Northwest athletes expected to play. Gonzaga's Julian Strother will be suiting up for the NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Strother was selected by Denver in the first round of the NBA draft last week. Washington State's Mohamed Gay is expected to play for the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Hawks traded for Gay on draft night. Now, this is the full list of local players who are expected to play in Summer League. The Nuggets and Milwaukee Bucks will play on opening night for Summer League, and that means Strother will go head-to-head against his former Gonzaga teammate, Drew Timme. Gonzaga fans might be torn on who to root for in that game. Summer League also features players who have been in the NBA but are looking to develop and get more playing time. This includes former Gonzaga guard Andrew Nembhard, who is playing for the Indiana Pacers. Nembhard was a second-round draft pick by the Pacers last year. And the NBA Summer League runs July 7th to the 17th in Las Vegas. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Name this little rock and roll legend.
Lupe Fiasco.
The comedy game show where Grandma knows best.
Empire State of Mind is performed by what rapper?
Jay-Z.
Kelly Ripa hosts. Generation Gap premieres Thursday on ABC.
If you're looking for the best time to save on the best American-made furniture, then you need to shop the 4th of July sale at Walker's Furniture, where the more you spend, the bigger the savings, making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less at Walker's.
BECU isn't like other financial institutions, and the difference is people. Because we're not for profit, there's no boardroom of billionaires maximizing their margins. Our biggest stakeholders are people like you. It's our members who make money meaningful, so we focus on helping them thrive. It's the art student bringing beauty to his community that makes a college loan matter. It's the mother building her family's foundation that makes a mortgage matter. It's people that make BECU matter. People like you.
This is your summer to smile, to raise your glass and reconnect, to reel in the fun and serve up great times. To help you get ready, your Aspen Dental team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic Summer of Smiles event. Right now, new patients without insurance get a free full exam and x-rays. Plus, everyone can get 20% off their treatment plan. But hurry, because while these summer savings won't last, the memories you make together will. Aspen Dental. Book today.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Tuesday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
4 News Now is brought to you in part by the mustard seed.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, the West Bonner County School Board met again to decide who will lead the district from here on out.
And new research shows school programs supporting LGBTQ kids not only improve their health and well-being, but the health of their straight peers. Why some states are making queer inclusion a law.
Watching a thunderstorm that is been sinking to the south and now into Kootenai County, putting down some heavy rain as well as cloud-to-ground lightning and some small hail. It's moving at about 5 miles per hour, almost directly to the south. Another little area of thunderstorms around Douglas County. Tomorrow, we are dry and warm with a high of 89.
That starts the streak.
Yeah, 89.
Dry and warm, and then the next day's dry and warm, and then the next day's dry and warm.
Yeah.
Take the week off, Chris. I got it from here.
Okay, I'm out.
Dry and warm.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.